Oh, no. The guy up next is the guy who put this entire show together. It is my man, Joe Pacino, Fox News analyst, 30 years in the Army, great guy, love him to death. Not really, but he is a good person though. Let's keep it going for Joe Pacino!
Thank you, for Isaac. All right. Well, how we doing? Pretty good. I noticed we have a small child up here in the very front row. Walked up. How are you? That's awesome. Thanks for coming out. When I saw that, my 10-minute set turned into a 4-minute set. So this is basically a useless scrap of paper now. That's okay. And then Christina up here said I cannot talk about the election. So my 4-minute set turned into a 90-second set. And then the USO said I can't make fun of the Navy. So good night. Thank you. Thank you. Can I get your name? What's your name, Princess? Abigail. Abigail. Okay. I hope you stay for the comedian that's coming to after me. I do. Because you'll grow up fast. You do. Or he'll never be allowed on Fort Belvoir again. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh boy. Okay, so I did recently retire from the Army after 30 years. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thanks. I think when you find out what I did for 30 years, you may want some of that applause back. Yeah, I was a 42 Bravo in the Army, which basically, yeah, 42 Bravo. Somebody wooed? Okay, yeah. Basically, I was a human resources officer with a rifle. That's what I did. That's what I did, yeah. I was in HR. So if the Taliban attacked, the best I could do is lose all their paperwork. That would have been it. I would not have let the Taliban use the good copier. No way. Nope, nope. I go through the VA. All my care goes to the VA now. It's weird working through the VA because every time you call over there, they have to ask you if you're planning on killing yourself. And they're very upbeat about the whole thing. You know, you call over there and they're like, thank you for calling the VA, you're planning on killing yourself. To me, it sounds like a recommendation. Thank you for laughing at that. Now I don't want to kill myself. The VA considers me to be permanently and completely disabled, which is, I don't know, that's kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. It's seems inappropriate given my situation. Permanently and completely disabled sounds like there should be some charity 5K in my name or something, you know? You know, if you don't know, when you leave the Army, you claim all of your disabilities, all disabilities occurred in service, okay? And there's veterans, we know them, that have very serious disabilities, real disabilities. You know, bullet wounds, shrapnel in their back from Taliban bombs. My disabilities are just sad, you know. I've got migraines, back pain, and frequent urination. So, yeah. I'm basically a pregnant woman, is what happens there. Yeah, I have terrible insomnia. I've been suffering, I'm on all kinds of medicine from the VA. You know, I'm on all kinds of medicine. The other night, I mistook my Viagra for my insomnia medicine. Yeah, that's the appropriate response to that. And then I called the VA. They said, well, now you can't take the insomnia medicine because they don't mix. So my wife was asleep. I would tell you, you have no idea how depressing it is to be wide awake at 3 in the morning with an erection and have no idea, have nothing to be able to do nothing about either of those two conditions. You know, I didn't know what to do. I was just bored. My wife was asleep on board. I start watching old movies. You know, my wife wakes up confused. She's like, "Why are you hard from watching Schindler's List?" Again, it's a classic movie. The classic. You know that movie, Abigail? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm telling you, it's going to get so much worse. 2 people for me. Is Gabe? Gabe, can you come up? Just come up, like, not all the way up. Just come up here so she can see you. This guy, he's like, you'll know him. He's the guy who looks like an STD. He's this guy. I love that guy. Let's hear it for Gabe. I have a lot of time in Afghanistan. I can always tell when a veteran's been in Afghanistan. Here's a tip. Here's how you can identify when a veteran's been in Afghanistan. They'll fucking tell you. That's how you know. They'll never stop telling you. Like this, just the other day, this guy's like, I was killed in the Taliban, I was in Afghanistan. I'm like, all right, can I get my latte and my change, please? You work in a Starbucks in a Barnes & Noble, okay? You were doing better in Afghanistan. If you don't know, here's what I did. And I didn't do anything hard in Afghanistan. I was never in danger. If you don't know, in Afghanistan, we used your taxpayer money to build up these enormous strip malls where we had KFC, Taco Bell, Baskin Robbins. That's where I was. That's where I was. I knew we weren't going to win that war. I knew. It just wasn't going to work. The Taliban was hungrier. They were literally hungrier than we were. You know? They're planning their operations in a mud hut. We're planning our operations in a Pizza Hut. It wasn't going to work. Do we have any non-commissioned officers here? Okay. All right. So we have a few. No? Yes? No? Yeah. I feel like I was a good officer. I wasn't a good officer in this sense. I just minded my own business. You know. I just wanted to mind my own business. Yeah. I wanted to mind my own business. And you know, my NCOs would get mad at me. They get in my face. They get mad because I'd walk by a soldier in the wrong uniform and I wouldn't say anything. And NCOs, they would say, well, if you pass a soldier who's not adhering to the standard, you've done what? What is it? You've set a new standard. If you walk past a soldier who's not adhering to the standard, you don't say anything, you've set a new standard. And I was like, well, that's great. Makes it so much easier for all of us, because I just saved you some fucking time. I'd be on Fort Bragg walking around, see a soldier with fucked up uniform, new standard, I love it, love it. New standard, my man. I felt like I was chief of staff of the Army. Yeah, I joined the Army, here's the thing, is I joined the Army looking for a dad. I did. I grew up in Queens, and when I was 4, my dad took a train to Long Island and never came back. Yeah. And I didn't know what that was. I didn't know, for months I just thought he was on vacation, you know. I thought Long Island was some vacation that dads went to, you know, some island they went on for vacation. I was just thinking like an island with a bunch of dads like mine on vacation, like a bunch of racist Italians talking about how black people are going to take over, drinking beer. By the way, that's exactly what Long Island is, just so you know. I found out later. So, you know, I joined the Army looking for a dad, and it kind of just made things kind of weird sometimes. Made things kind of weird. Because these Army commanders, they're just trying to lead troops, and I'm looking for something else. You know, my first combat deployment, for example, our Army commander, our general came, he brought us all around a map. And he said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to this operation. We're going to strike the objective at 0300. We're going to have artillery support at 0400. We're going to have close air support at 0500. What are your questions? I said, how come you never told me you love me? I tried to talk to him afterwards, but he took a train to Long Island and never came back. I have a cool job now. Isaac mentioned it. I'm a military analyst on Fox News. I'm not a Trump supporter, unless you people are. Then I am too. I'm whatever you are. Yeah. I would join Hamas if you tell me to. I'm like, I have no. I talk about I analyze the Middle East. That's my expertise, and I feel like I'm good at it. I contribute to the discourse on this subject, you know. I feel good about it. You know, I feel like I give very high-level, intellectually engaging analysis of very complicated geopolitical issues. And I do it in between commercials for My Pillow and Tom Selleck selling reverse mortgages. That's my life. I have a 20-year-old daughter who hates that I work on Fox News. And my daughter thinks she's better than me. She does. My daughter is a junior at Yale. She's a junior at Yale. And yeah, my daughter did something I could never do. She got into Yale. I did something she could never do. I paid for Yale. So, yeah. Thank you. Even Abigail clapped at that. So my daughter's a hypocrite. Here's why. She's a hypocrite. She doesn't like that I work on Fox News, but she needs that Fox News money. She's going into environmental biology and she needs 2 more degrees. Yeah. So she doesn't like that I'm on Fox News, but she doesn't like that I do this because I put these clips on Instagram and I talk shit about Trump and I talk shit about Fox News, and she thinks I'm gonna get fired. Yeah. She's like, Dad, what are you gonna do if you get fired by Fox News? I said, what are you gonna do if I get fired? I have a military retirement. I'm not gonna do shit. You want that PhD, you might want to think about an OnlyFans. Look, I figure if I'm not going to put her through college, maybe some other 50-year-old man will. Now you know why the VA keeps asking me if I'm going to kill myself.
Everybody say bye, Abigail. All right, you're trying to get nasty. No, I don't have any things like that. No. I did want to let you guys know a little comic tip. You'll see a lot of comedians wearing all black.